Good morning, fellow graduates, faculty, and guests. It is a great honor to stand here today as a graduate of WGU Texas with my Master's of Science in Management and Leadership. Like many of you may have thought, I wasn't sure this day would happen. You can do it and you'll never be more. These words echoed in my head nearly every day of my adult life on a continuous loop. I was brown, I was poor, my family had never attended college, and I accepted the opinions of others as the reality for myself and ignored the idea of college. I felt like after high school, I didn't have what it took. I couldn't be more. I would never do it. After graduation, I served 8 years on weekends in the Army Reserve and accepted that my more was never going to include college or a fulfilling and successful career. Over the years, life happened, and my more became being a mom to the most gorgeous, smart, and kind-hearted tiny human boys on the face of the earth. My more became focused on one solitary goal, their happiness and perfect futures. But soon that focus changed, and suddenly I was a single divorced mom. One day, I broke. After yet again being talked out of interviewing for a job I really wanted, I thought of what I'd been told. I couldn't do it. I would never be more. That day, in a random parking lot, in the middle of the day, I sat in my car and cried. I cried for myself. I cried for my boys. But that day, I realized I was the biggest hypocrite I knew. I'd always used what others said as an excuse for why I couldn't do it and why I couldn't be more. I thought to myself, what if the roles were reversed? Would I let my kids blame everyone but themselves for their fear or their failures? The answer was an unequivocal no. That day I realized my real truth. I was scared of trying to see if I could do it, if I could be more, and I was done. The next 6 years were truly the hardest ones of my life. But I learned a few things along the way. I wasn't too poor. Money isn't a reason to forgo college, ever. There are scholarships, there are grants everywhere. You just have to put the time in to work for them. I wasn't too old. After over a third of college graduates are over 25, the average age of graduate students is 33, and of those, more than 20% are 40 years old nationwide. And I wasn't too stupid. In 2016, I graduated from Northeastern University with my baccalaureate degree with over 500 other graduates as the valedictorian and the only student to earn a 4.0 GPA. And I wasn't finished. I wanted my master's degree to advance in my career. It was time for another goal. Scholarships, as you know, are not easy to find for graduate work. I searched, and eventually I found the Texas Trailblazer Scholarship at WGU. I researched and spoke with an enrollment counselor, but it was too good to be true. A graduate degree from a fully accredited, not-for-profit online school for much less than what other colleges were charging. Well, obviously, it wasn't too good to be true because here I am. The amazing staff and course mentors at WGU guided me through a seamless process, and I earned my MSML in under 1 year, and I even earned an Excellence Award along the way. Through it all, one voice stood out from the others and pushed me, championed me, encouraged me, got to know the real me. Thanks to Gina Pastilli and her encouragement, I received my master's degree. I now work as a patient experience manager for Crothall Healthcare at DTAR Healthcare System in Victoria, Texas, and it is by far the most fulfilling and rewarding job I have ever had. The spectacular tiny humans I'm raising to be amazing men someday have seen me through every tear, scream, and laugh, and they deserve my eternal thanks. But they're not the only ones. I'll never forget my mom and my grandma telling me that I was so smart and I could do anything I wanted. I'll never forget my dad's proud smile on the day I graduated, and his inevitable smile from above today when I graduate my master's degree. That day I cried in my car was the very last time I cried for things I had the power to change. This degree means so much more than most people know to me. It was a life-changing journey. There was always love and support that overshadowed my own fear of failing. Everything I've accomplished, I did for me, my family, my success, and their success. And I've truly set fire to those fears and let desire and determination rise from the ashes. Now, I live by some simple words by Estee Lauder. I don't dream of success. I work for it.